everybody. It's Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success Seminars, where we share knowledge and tools to help you live your ultimate life. And Ageless, anti-aging for your brain, your body, and your future. And I'm coming to you live from Washington, D.C., where last night I had a profound spiritual experience. So I was at the final game of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference men's basketball regular season, where the #1 Howard University Bisons and the #2 Norfolk Spartans were playing for the championship. I was happily seated between my son Daniel and one of my beautiful honorary goddaughters, Kayla, a student at Howard. And after an exciting game, the Bisons won the conference championship for the first time since 1987. It was pure joy for those kids as the final buzzer sounded and they each climbed the ladder as every team member got to cut their own little piece of the net, a moment they will never forget. I mean, 36 years without a championship. How can that not be a spiritual experience? And I know this vlog is a repeat for those of you who have been my loyal listeners for many years, but I was compelled to dust it off and share it again after last night. So here I go. Well, you all know that I don't get irked very easily, but you know when I do? When people roll their eyes when they discover that I love watching sporting events, especially live in person. I think I really confuse people when someone they see as a spiritual leader actually cares who wins the World Series or the NCAA basketball championship or the Howard Bison's conference title. It appears that many or maybe most of my colleagues and clients are somehow disappointed that I could be so captivated with such a seemingly superficial aspect of creation, especially given the state of the world. Although I feel absolutely no need to justify my love of the Chicago Cubs and the Bulls and the Bears or the Bisons, I will tell you why I love sports. So here we go. #1, sports inspire us. When we see some kid from the Bronx with little hope of crawling out of poverty, hit the home run that makes his team world champions, and all the other team members come running on the field to jump on top of him like a pile of puppies. I don't know about you, but it not only opens my heart and makes me cry, but it makes me believe that anything is possible for anyone. And it inspires me to do greater things in my own life. #2, sports allow us to feel empathy. When it's your home team whose players are running towards that home run hitting kid and jumping with uncontainable joy into the big man pile or woman pile, depending on the sport, you feel indescribable elation yourself. And if your team is the one whose players are sitting in shock, peering out through the metal slats of the fence around the dugout with tears streaming down their faces, your heart breaks along with theirs. #3, sports give us a glimpse of the best in each other. Several years ago, I read a story on the news about a kid named Zach in Iowa, who was just about to finish ahead of the pack in his state cross-country meet, a moment he'd been training for and seeing in his mind's eye for years, when he went to the aid of another runner who had collapsed. And although he still ended up finishing the race in a qualifying position, he was then told he was disqualified because Iowa State athletic rules say no runner can help another. When asked about his disappointment, he said, quote, "If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I did what I felt was right." #4, sports let us feel like a winner. Even when we don't have 1 ounce of athleticism anywhere in our being, we can still be a winner. When our team triumphs, we parade through the streets wearing our team's cap as proudly as if we were the one who caught the final touchdown pass. Long after the confetti has been swept up, we still puff up our chest as we wear our team's jersey and proudly tell everyone who will listen that we were even at the victory parade. Number 5, sports let us connect with others in profound camaraderie. The bonds that result from sharing your team's sporting event transcend gender, race, age, socioeconomic background, political differences, and more. Where else can you be surrounded by total strangers whose beliefs are miles away from your own, and yet within minutes you're high-fiving and hugging like you've known each other for your entire lives? Number 6, sports allow us to have a spiritual experience without having to admit that we're spiritual. Ken Reed, who's the author of How Can We Save Sports, is one who likens sports to a spiritual experience. He says that athletes, when they're in the zone, convey a sense of ecstasy, confidence, oneness with the universe. And we, as spectators, get to experience that contact high. Furthermore, brain research has shown that we get lit up equally as much when we celebrate another's success as when we win ourselves. So if you want to roll your eyes when I just have to tell anyone who will listen, including you, about the 90-yard touchdown run by the rookie in his first game, or the title-clinching three-pointer from half court at the buzzer, or where I was in 2016 when my Cubbies won the World Series after 108 years, or when my son's client, Mac McClung, won the slam dunk contest just 5 days out of the G League, well, that's your prerogative. But I'm here to tell you, you really might want to come to a game with me sometime with an open mind, after your yoga class, of course, and see if the experience doesn't feel a bit spiritual, or at least bring joy to your heart and put a smile on your face. No Om necessary. So have a great week. And and if you haven't yet taken my Yes to Success 10-week class, head over to yes2success.com and register for one of my free introductory webinars. You will love this webinar. I give, I think, 7 or 8 points of how you, or keys, I think I call them, of how you can create a successful life. And if you like these weekly vlogs, I promise Yes to Success will change your life forever. Hope to see you there. Have a great week. Bye for now.